Welcome to SideBar The Show. Our guest today is Ari Hicks, a spooky, dark pop artist from Toronto, Ontario. She released her EP, It's Not That Deep Chapter 1 this year, and just released her single, Midas. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Fantastic. Oh, I'm great. Almost. And I feel like our drink selection has now perfectly colored and modeled your vibes. So
it's very pretty.
I think it worked out well. We're going to hop into our first drink here, which is the hard seltzer. It's a cherry limeade.
Cheers.
From
Cherry
Blood Brothers
limeade.
Brewery.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Pretty good.
All right. So my first question for you is, obviously your career has been taking off lately. So much new content. But I heard you got your start playing coffee houses at LP and playing United Artists in 2016.
Yeah.
When would you...
How did you know that?
When would you say the beginning of your career, your professional career started?
So I did start with that in high school and like releasing YouTube videos, very much like jankily done, like not proper. I started really trying to get into the music industry after high school, but it wasn't until like 2.5, almost 3 years ago that I started properly, like professionally releasing music and very much taking it seriously, like full on artist.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So my next question is, I heard that you were kind of known at school for belting a good tune in the washroom.
What? Where did you find this out?
And I've looked at all of your other TikToks and your Instagrams, and I've seen so many videos of you singing in the washroom. Is that an acoustics thing, or is that more of a, do you find your inspiration there when you're kind of alone and feeling about wherever you are?
A little bit of both. Obviously, you know, the running joke with everything is like you sound better in the shower than you do anywhere else.
Right.
But I also, maybe this is weird, but I've personally feel the most comfortable like in the bathroom. Like I'm one of those people, although this is so bad for the environment, that would love sitting in the bathroom like with the shower on just because of like the steam and I don't know, it just feels so comfy. Yeah. And I was really shy with singing when I was younger, even though I also like wouldn't shut up at the same time. It was really weird. So in
a good
the bathroom,
personality trait of any pop star.
Oh yeah. I literally, it's funny that you know that because in school, like I really wouldn't shut up, I'm pretty sure. But in the bathroom at least is where I felt the safest. Yeah. So I guess it kind of just became a thing both acoustics wise and otherwise that was my go-to place to end up singing or posting, especially like a cappella singing videos.
Right.
Because it can be a little awkward when you don't have any music.
Totally.
Accompanying you.
I always say, like, you know, imagine a movie soundtrack where you're watching like the movie Gravity and there's no sound behind it. It's just not the same thing.
It's a little awkward.
You know, it's just Sandra Bullock flying through space waving her arms.
Pretty much. So at least I can count on the bathroom acoustics to give me a little bit of oomph.
And what would be your go-to bathroom belt song?
What would be or what is now?
Both.
Would be, I feel like it would either be like Valerie, like Amy Winehouse.
Yeah.
Or I'm trying to think of who was so prominent at the time. I would kind of alternate between things. Maybe like something Rihanna or something Adele. I don't know. I feel like it was either Valerie or this song called We Don't Have to Take Our Clothes Off, actually.
I don't know that one.
Which is a beautiful song. I used to sing that all the time.
Who's that one by?
I don't think it's by her, but she did a beautiful cover of it. Right. I'm going to butcher her name. I think it's Emily Sandé?
We'll go look it up.
But she does a beautiful rendition of it. I thought it was her song, but I'm pretty sure she just did a cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my friends, it was pretty brutal, was like, man, I love this song. And it was Life is a Highway. Mm-hmm. And they were listening to the Rascal Flatts version. And I was like, yeah, you should listen to the original. And like,
okay.
What? This isn't the original?
Okay, but
It is good, but it is. I thought it was very funny that they didn't know who the original artist, or they thought that was the original.
I didn't know that wasn't their song. For an embarrassingly long time as well. I'm not gonna lie.
So maybe it is a thing. Maybe Rascal Flatts is the more popular.
Cars.
Yeah, it's true.
So
I feel like the Cars franchise, Ka-Chow, is that?
Oh yeah.
Ka-Chow.
Really catapulted it ahead of I think the original, honestly, just in terms of like popularity and who knew it,
Right.
because it's like a Disney.
And they hired great people for the soundtrack. I think Dan Auerbach was on the soundtrack as well. Like he wrote several tracks for it. So yeah, solid sound. You know, sometimes they just throw. I feel like a lot of those animated movies throw a lot of money at the soundtrack.
They
Like,
do.
The Minions movie, I think, had Tame Impala was on the soundtrack. So we're gonna go into our second drink here, which is the Jelly King, and we went with the sour ale with fruit this time. So cheers.
Cheers. This
I'm
looks.
a big fan of sours.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so we're gonna go into this next bit where we call Backstage Pass, where I went backstage on your social medias and found some pictures that I'd like some more explaining for. So here's the first one.
Okay, so you went to my Facebook. That was in the 9th grade. My school, back when they were still allowing it, they stopped after my year.
I feel like every year they remove one fun thing.
Mine was the year that they really started doing that. Every single year they removed one more thing. But that was called the Spring Fling. It took place that day on a really rainy day, and it stopped right before we were all supposed to come outside, but because it rained, it was completely and totally muddy.
Right.
But everyone just kind of got into it, and it made it personally more fun. They put a huge tarp on like a hill into a mud pit.
Awesome slip and slide.
It was a great slip and slide. And there were like some little like blow up things, but mainly people were sliding down that thing, and that's what that photo was.
The next one is, it seems like you're working on, you know, maybe you're a software engineer, maybe you're a music engineer. You're mixing your next track.
I wonder what I was doing there. Honestly, I've been. It's funny because I feel like I look the exact same.
Right.
Like I've been giving that look since day one.
Yeah, the same facial expressions all the way through.
It's so funny. My parents tell me that all the time. Like, you've been giving that look since you were a kid. I'm like, yeah, I know. Good question. Good question. Most likely, I was trying to do whatever my sister was doing in that photo.
Was that your sister in the background?
I very much. My sisters are about like 6 years older than me.
Right.
So I very much wanted to like be older, be around them, do everything.
Whatever they were doing, you were there.
So that was me probably kicking her out of the seat and trying to do whatever it was that she was doing.
Right. I mean, there was, by the looks of it, it was that classic computer where, you know, there's probably a game or some sort of thing on the computer that everyone's trying to work towards.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Perfect. So we're going to go into our third drink here, which is also from Blood Buzz. And this is one of the one-of-ones they gave me. A spontaneous blend with sweet dark cherries.
Dark cherries.
So
very on brand.
Very on brand.
I think that's the name of the lipstick I'm wearing.
Sweet dark cherries?
Minus the sweet. I think it's called like black cherry or like dark cherry or something.
So my next question for you is, I know you have a very deep love for an anime character, Kakashi.
I do.
Can you tell us about when that started and all the Kakashi stories that you might have had?
So I started watching Naruto at the start of the pandemic. I'd seen anime like shows before, and specifically movies. There's a handful that I absolutely love.
Last Airbender, I feel like, is up there for you,
so,
right?
Yes, but that doesn't technically classify as
it's still cartoon?
It's not an anime. It's like the gateway drug into anime.
Yeah, I feel like I might have ruffled some feathers calling that
Yeah,
anime.
it's like, it's almost there, but not quite. That is one of my absolute favorite shows. I have 2 Avatar The Last Airbender tattoos, actually.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, which ones?
This one
That's
is
firebender?
Firebending, and this one is bloodbending. Like
Bloodbending? Is that a thing in the show?
If you're a waterbender, there's only a handful that can, but it is a power that some of them have and can develop. And the way I knew I would be in the Fire Nation is because the only reason I'd want to be a waterbender is for that, which is not very waterbender.
Right.
So, Kakashi, I started watching Naruto at the start of the pandemic. Got very much into it, got very much into him. He just, I mean, I don't know a single person that watches it that isn't. Like, he's very trademark.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. I have a decent amount of Kakashi stuff in my room. I have a picture that I keep above my mirror.
A little shrine going.
A little bit. I've got like 2 little guys that sit on my desk. And then I also have a little anime corner of not just him. He's on there, like a proper like figurine. I have an anime corner to the right of my bed with a couple of like my favorite characters that sit there. He was the first to be on there though.
Right.
And then my friend actually got me like a body pillow of him for Christmas. You know, like the big ones
You can get like anything you want
that have
on
like
there.
their picture on it. I do
Gotcha.
have one of those stuffed in. It's stuffed into my closet, but I do own one of those.
I feel like that's a good gift. I feel like that's a friend that knows you pretty well.
It was a funny gift.
Yeah.
It was nice.
And was there a song that was like inspired by your love for Kakashi?
There was. I know that someone's been talking to you. Okay, so one time I thought it would be like a fun idea even just to try it. I also made a song about Severus Snape one time. But I did make a song called Kakashi. I still have it somewhere. I actually forget how it even
Deep
goes.
in the archives?
Yeah, I could find it now. I forgot about that, so I'm definitely going to go look for it.
Just cry 'cause all the things that I love aren't real.
Awesome. So kind of moving on from Kakashi, I'm curious, the cat, Kai, is that named after Kakashi or is there another character? It's Kakashi.
Yeah. No, it's not Kakashi.
It's not. It's another character.
No. There's another character, a real life character. Real life. He's just living. I and my roommate and I, who share Kai, we're very into the Vampire Diaries.
Vampire Diaries. Gotcha.
So we named him Malachi. There's a character in the Vampire Diaries named Kai, and he's an absolute psychopath.
I'm Kai. I'm a sociopath.
I feel like you have to be psychopath to be on the Vampire. You gotta be lots of drama going on.
He was like a literal psycho, like murderous, no remorse, absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
But he's hilarious also at the same time. Although you love to hate him.
Every show's gotta have one.
Oh yeah, and the actor that plays him is phenomenal too. But I also really liked the name.
Right. It is a cute name.
But he definitely sparked the inspiration, like behind getting to Malachi. But we always call him Kai.
Gotcha. A very cute cat, I will say.
He is a very handsome boy.
For all the cat lovers, we'll throw up a little
Oh, he's so handsome.
cat clip right here. So my next question is, I know you're a big athlete, and you even held the citywide record for 100-meter hurdles at one point.
I did.
Can you tell us about how you use that athletic mentality in your music and your drive to be such a taking off independent artist?
Oh yeah, so I've always been a very naturally competitive person. It's been really good in some ways, but also a little too much in other ways. That's honestly how I taught myself to sing. I was always very much a perfectionist and very strict on what I did and didn't like. That helped with athletics. That pushed me to want to be the best because I liked winning. But when it came to singing, in that same vein of mentality, I would sing songs that I liked. And if I noticed that I sang a note wrong, I would stop, even if I was singing alone, and I'd sing it over and over until I got it right. Or the way I wanted. And that's honestly how I taught myself to sing all the way up until like a year or two ago when I finally started taking vocal lessons. I obviously knew how to sing by then, but you can always improve upon it. I don't care what anyone says. Vocal lessons aren't necessarily just for teaching you how to sing. They're for teaching you how to improve upon what you already have,
right?
Which is so important. The athletic mentality definitely comes into play with more the way that I, like my inner dialogue.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go into our fourth drink, which is the Murphy's Law Warhead Sour. We went with the black cherry with our nice red color theme.
The black cherry theme.
So cheers.
Cheers.
Quite good. Sour, as always.
Yeah. Cherry-y.
So we're going to go into this thing we call Concrete Jungle Wing Street Tomato. And you might be like, what the hell is this?
I do know what the...
Awesome.
I get the reference.
You get the reference.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to ask you, what is one song lyric that you got wrong or a friend got wrong so many times? You were so confident with this, but it was that.
Oh my God.
And if you don't have one, I have one. You can dial up, call a friend. But if not, take a second and think about it.
There definitely is one, but my mind is blanking. I had one recently where I was like, there's no way. It was like an old... It was like a, not that old, but it was like a 90s R&B song. And I was like, I had no idea that that's what they were saying.
Yeah.
But I can't think of it.
I got one written
Maybe.
down right here. You want to call it up?
Sure.
All right, we're calling it up.
Is this one that I've got wrong?
No, this is just a commonly misheard
Gotcha.
song lyric. Take a read, see if you know what song it is. If not, I'll let you know. It is pretty wacky.
I don't know.
So it's actually Bohemian Rhapsody. Can you get it now?
I don't even know if I can.
Spared him his life from his warm sausage. So we're gonna go into this next boat where we call, and now we do that thing that other people do, but slightly different.
And now we do that thing that other people do, but slightly different.
And basically, we're gonna copy a very common show, which is the Oprah Winfrey Show. And instead of Oprah's favorite things, we're doing Ari's favorite things. So if you want to look under your chair right now, you're gonna see one of your favorite candies. I couldn't find Gushers. There, it's taped to the bottom of your chair. If you want to just rip it off. I believe Sour Belts
They
are up there on one of your favorites.
Oh, they are. Specifically from the dollar store. Like Dollarama.
I went to Dollarama, I went to Shoppers, and I went to Metro trying to find Gushers, because I know Gushers are your number one.
Gushers are my number one,
I could not
candy.
find Gushers for the life of me.
These ones?
I apologize, I had to tape it up good to the bottom of the table.
That's okay. So these are my favorite. And it's specifically the ones from Dollarama. Like, they can't be
Perfect.
from the dollar store. It has to be like Dollarama.
That is where I went.
Which is only in Canada.
So what are your other favorite things? I know that we've got penne pasta
Yep.
with chicken and tomato sauce,
Chicken and tomato sauce.
which is upstairs for you right now.
2-minute classic, is it?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
It's gonna be an after the show snack.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
But what are your other favorites? Some favorite Ari's things for the show.
Very recently, I cannot stop eating Japanese food.
Japanese food. So like all the
Sushi.
sushi, miso soup,
Specifically, like beef teriyaki.
beef teriyaki.
Love
Sounds delicious.
beef teriyaki. And then sushi, it's either an avocado cucumber roll or a spicy tuna roll.
Spicy tuna. The classics.
The classics.
Classic. The avocado
yeah.
can't go wrong.
No.
I've always wanted to do look under your chair before, so
Yeah?
I'm glad.
I'm the first.
You're the first time. It's the first time I've ever been able to
Thank you.
do that. So that's really the entirety of the bit. I mean, usually Oprah has a bunch of them, and you buy them for Christmas. So go buy your friends candy
Dollarama sour straps.
and make them a nice pasta dish.
Yes. That sounds like my heaven.
Yeah. So we're getting into our last drink here, which is the Alto's Tequila. Cheers. Last
Cheers.
drink.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Do you think tequila is like the world's most favorite shot? Like if you took a poll of 100,000 people, favorite shot of alcohol, you think tequila would be the one?
I would hope so. It would either be vodka or tequila.
Yeah.
I personally don't know why it would be vodka.
I agree. Vodka's my least favorite.
But I haven't had a shot of vodka since high school, and I plan to very much keep it that way.
Yeah.
I will not. I've had people try to give me shots of vodka. I'd be like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't care. I'm not drinking this.
Right.
Like, you can give it to someone else,
Yeah.
but I can't. And then I'm pretty picky, though. If I do take a shot, apart from today, I will always take it with a lime.
Right. Well, I'm glad to push you out of your comfort zone a little
Yeah.
bit. Anyway, we're going to go into our next question, which is all about your newest release, Midas. What crazy imagery was in this one? Oh my God, the gold paint, the magnetic black sand. Who kind of came up with the design? And tell me about shooting that music video. It looked so intricate and intense the whole time.
It was very intricate and very intense. My manager and I come up with the concepts and everything on our own. So her and I like do all the creative together. She shoots it. And we came up with a concept for Midas a long time ago. I mean, the concept of the song is very much on brand with what the music video is.
Yeah.
So it's originally about like the tale as old as time story about Midas.
Yeah.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, you just might get it.
Yeah, pretty much. I like have to burp, but it's like staying down. I'm like waiting for it to come out. But because of that, I don't know if you've ever seen Rise of the Guardians. Do you know
Is
that
it
movie?
about owls?
No.
What's that one?
That's
Guardians of Gahul.
Legend of the Guardians, the Owls of Gahul.
something like that, yeah.
So that was
Rise of the Guardians is the one with like Santa Claus and Jack Frost and
Oh!
like the Easter Bunny.
I have heard of this one.
Okay, so we got a lot of the imagery from like the Sandman versus the Boogeyman.
Right.
Like Pitch Black is the character's name of the Boogeyman, and then Sandman is the name of the Sandman.
Right.
But his like gold sand and the way that the black sand kind of like corrupts his.
Right.
We took a lot of imagery from that. We wanted to do that, but that would have been heavy in VFX and way out of our realm. We were able to pull some rabbits out of hats for that music video. I don't know how we pulled it together the way we did.
It was crazy. So do you do your own wardrobe or do you outsource that? Like, you have a lot of crazy outfits that you've worn over your music videos.
For this project, I've actually pretty much done the styling like we've done it ourselves. I found most of the pieces. This time around, a friend on another shoot actually helped me find this the piece that I wore for Midas on Amazon.
Crazy.
And then the black dress for like the other side of me, like the Boogeyman character, that was from Zara.
There you go. I mean,
Crazy.
it looks top notch. It looks like it could be a famous designer for everything. And look at that, it's Amazon.
Yeah, we did some crazy stuff. The fact I'm really lucky to work with the team that I work with.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it is believing in me and my project and being willing to work on, you know, like not full rates and.
Hey, you know what? That's kind of what independent art is.
So being an independent artist is, and I've been really lucky to have people believe in me enough to work with me. And especially like the way that it was edited together and the way that it came together, the coloring, the set builds, the makeup, the hair, everything. Everyone was just so amazing. And it's been that way for the last, like this whole project.
Right. All right. Well, it's been great chatting with you. I want to hear about everything you've got going. What's next for Ari Hicks?
So by the time this comes out, my next song will be out, which is called Sad Ghost. And it is in, you know.
Sad Ghost.
Yes.
Finger tattoo?
Which is a sad ghost.
Sad Ghost.
But that's not actually it might have been where I got it from. But it will be out, by the time that this comes out. It is, you know, on brand. It's a Halloween themed release. Just shot the video for it. Like the other day we rented out this super like beautiful older Victorian house. It's huge. Awesome. And we dressed me up all creepy and had me wandering the halls and stuff. It's going to be beautiful. I think it's my favorite one I've done to date. And I'm really excited for it to be out. I'm really excited for people to hear it. It's definitely a little different than what I've done thus far. Right. And it's Halloween themed, so it's best of everything.
Perfect.
Honestly.
Perfect. Yeah. And is there an LP coming? A full-length album? Mm-hmm.
So.
And it's all coming to. Okay, we can't say this yet.
No, we can. It'll be fine.
Amazing.
So by the time this comes out, especially, so I released It's Not That Deep Chapter 1.
Yeah, Chapter 2 implied.
There is a Chapter 2. And it is supposed to be one full length, It's Not That Deep album. Right. So when the second chapter releases, which will be coming, it's going to combine. So when the second chapter releases, which is not going to be too far after when Sad Ghost does. So by the time this is out, I'll maybe already be promoting or well on my way to talking about It's Not That Deep Chapter 2, but I don't mind spoiling it now.
I can't wait, and I'm sure all your fans can't wait as well. We're looking forward to all the stuff you got coming.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll see you perform live soon.
The song I've got for you guys tonight is actually Sad Ghost, so you'll get to hear it right now.
Awesome. Well, it was great to have you in. So nice chatting. Before we wrap it up, just a thank you to our wireless setup brought to you by Steve's Music. They are always the best. Best music store in town. Always helping me out. And this shirt by Freshly Baked Tees. Thank you. It's actually designed by Pretty Good Tees. So they're a really cool new brand that I've been working with. And thanks so much for hanging in.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And have a great day. Get ready for a live track.
This is going to be the first ever acoustic cover I have done of Sad Ghost, so I'm super excited to share it with you all. hearts can't be broken, filled with roses, thorns cut open. I'm just dancing on my own through this empty home. Said we'd have each other, but somebody always suffers. Soon we'll have to choose. Someone's gotta lose. Ooh, what do we do? R.I.P. we're gone too soon. Left my heart with part of you. I'm a sad ghost, no one ever gets too close to me. Dying on the inside, but you seem to see right through. Smiling, but I'm blue. I'm a psycho, maybe that's the reason they all leave. Is it only in my mind, or am I stuck inside this room? Haunted without you, I'm a sad ghost. I'm a sad ghost. Wish I could remember what it's like to feel love. No conditions by anyone. When I was honest instead of numb. Ooh, what do we do? This is all I've ever known. Bury me with sticks and stones. I'm a sad ghost, no one ever gets too close to me. Dying on the inside, but you seem to see right through. Smiling, but I'm blue. I'm a psycho, maybe that's the reason they all leave. Is it only in my mind, or am I stuck inside this room? Haunted without you, I'm a sad ghost. I'm a sad ghost. Ooh, what do we do? This is all I've ever known. Bury me with sticks and stones. I'm a sad ghost, no one ever gets too close to me. Dying on the inside, but you seem to see right through. Smiling, but I'm blue. I'm a psycho, maybe that's the reason they all leave. Is it only in my mind, or am I stuck inside this room? Haunted without you, I'm a sad ghost. I'm a sad ghost. I'm a sad ghost.